You guys still awake? I don't know if I'm right about this, but when I was editing my video earlier yesterday, I noticed something, and I'm going to try to switch it up before I go to bed in the hopes that some of this will clear out of here. Okay. Activate, activate, activate. Well, okay. I heard the old thing a humming. I just figured it was running. You know what I mean? And I noticed noticed when I was editing. Oh, let's hit the wrong button there, Hoss. That it did not say activate. All right. I think we're good to go. $3,705 is what we got in our pocket before we go to bed at the end of day one, so that we can get day two started off. Sleep. 8 o'clock. That's sleeping half the day away. $5,852. Sorry if I got loud and excited there. Let me try that again. $5,852. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It still hasn't taken that. It looks like it took all of this. Storage is empty. Yep. Still doesn't look like it's taken that log over here. And I'm only assuming. Yeah, it's really going now. And all that stuff on the bottom right says running. Let's look and see. It's at 92%. Either that's a big log or it hasn't registered it yet. Let's see here. See if I just kind of nudge it. Nope. It might just have to wait. Okay, that's good news. That is really good news. And it is now the month of September. So this is, I believe, what I'm thinking about doing here, folks. Now that we're making a little bit of money, let me hop up here on my fancy tractor here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, and I will probably fast forward some of this, I just want to kind of give myself some boundary lines, if and you will. Like somewhere right in here. Let me get up here by the road. Oh, that's where it first lets me place it. Okay. That's fine. Let me switch around here. All right, folks, as you can see, I kind of opened this up a little bit with some gravel. I wanted to mostly just keep myself in line when I go to mow, so I don't keep going over here into that property. But that'll also kind of give me somewhere to move around the farm if I need to. And I think another farm in another plot here in this little area will probably be good. Possibly another one here. So right here looks like where most of my farms are going to be. And then at some point in time, I'm going to figure out what to do over here. But I think this is where most of my animals are going to be. Now that we're making a little bit of money, I'm starting to get a little bit more confident that we're going to be able to start getting into some bigger equipment, some bigger equipment and some farm animals and possibly a couple other of these little workshops. I'll have to double check, but I think there's a way that you can make firewood and sell firewood. So got plenty of trees. I think at some point in time, I'm going to have to buy another little property. I was looking at a couple and they're not exactly cheap around here. The cheapest ones basically have nothing on them. So, all right. So I think that's pretty much all the road work I'm going to be doing. I actually spent a good part of the money I'd already made, but that's all right. Now we kind of have some boundaries, kind of start breaking down a better idea of what to do next. But I think what I'm going to do, since it's September and I think we finally figured out how to start getting the grass sold, is I'm going to cut some grass and see how much money we can make doing that. I have this feeling with this little bitty tank, it's not going to be that much. And it probably will not take too much to get this thing filled up, I don't think. So we're about to find out. Get over here on the old front end of the property here. I think once I run over this bush right here, it should disappear and be gone. That was one thing I was really happy about, that it took down those bushes. Kind of put me a driveway here. That's about what I'm going to do in real life too. Put me in a couple driveways so I know my boundaries. Have a little room to move around. Turn on the mower. All right, we got to switch this over. Lower pickup. Turn on loader wagon. Here we go, folks. We're going to see about how long it takes to get this thing filled up. Hope everybody had themselves a good Monday. We actually did not get any rain. Well, we got a little tiny bit yesterday. It's a little bit cloudy now. But I think if it is nice tomorrow, I'm going to get my new mower out. See if I can clean up my property with it. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't tear up the mower like I tore this one up. All right, folks, probably catch back up with you once I get this all mowed up and done. Again, probably once I get this thing filled up, we'll see how many times it takes to fill up our little hay collector or grass collector that makes hay, however all that goes. I'm just glad we got it activated and figured out how to work it. All right, folks. I think I just got her filled up there. Oop, heads up. I got a couple laps around there before it filled up completely. Lift mower, turn off mower. Okay. Go over here and get this posted up. Looks like I made a little bit more money. I'm assuming off the wood. Did it take that? Still hasn't taken that big tree trunk yet. All right, let's offload this. See how close this gets. I mean, I think this little thing right here is only $1,000. So depending on how quickly it all sells, or if it's selling well, I might get another one of these. Once it's all said and done, though, I'm not sure how much mowing I'm going to actually need to do. This side over here at some point is going to be all farms. Okay, I guess that maybe got it about halfway. Somewhere in there. Oh, this thing is a squirrely little joker. Let me see if I can nudge this thing. See what happens here. Bonk, bonk. No. I mean, I find it hard to believe. Oh. %91. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of a log. All right, let me get this picked up. I'm going to see if I can get one of these other sides done before, let's see, lower mower. It's not actually what I want to do. I want to lower pickup, turn on loading wagon, and go get this. I don't know if it's going to hurt my field if I drive over that with my mower, but I'm trying to be careful not to do that. All right, I think I'm gonna head up here. I'm gonna try to start getting this top half mowed. What time is it? We are at 10:36. I think I've kind of already fast forwarded a lot of this video, so we'll keep on rolling for a while. We'll see how quickly we can make it for a day. Turn on loading wagon, pick it up. Forgot I got to switch that over. All right, back to mowing. Need my headphones. I think I turned the music off because I didn't want to get a copyright. Well, all right, folks. We got fairly close to knocking this out with one full load. We missed it by that much. There's 100 right there. Okay. So let's see. Turn mower off. Lift the mower. I'm going to take this over here and sell it. That log is still there. I don't know that it's going to do me any good to push those other ones in there. That still looks like it's about where we left it. I guess without actually hopping off my mower and looking at the real information, I'm just eyeballing it, folks. But looks like I did make a little bit of money when it clicked over to 11 o'clock. So I think that's right. About every hour, maybe 2 hours, you get some money. The hours are still going by fairly slow. That's just about to fill that thing up. Yep. It's almost at the top. I don't know exactly how far it goes. Got to nudge the log, make sure it's still. Yep. Well, I guess I'm going to wait until it completely disappears until I start pushing some more of those other ones in there. Log is still there. All right, folks, I'm going to get started on this side, and we should have this, we should have this mowed up by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not sure. It is taking a little bit longer. I'm going to have to upgrade to a bigger mower at some point in time. But it is nice having these boundaries now. This little mower is squirrely. When I say fast forward, folks, I mean I'm just going to edit a whole bunch of stuff out because watching myself at normal mode gives me about a headache, much less watching it at 3,000 times the speed. Load number 3 going over here to the grass collector. Skies have opened up and it is raining pretty good. That log has not yet taken out. I'm going to be a little bit more proactive about it. I could be lying, but that almost looks like some of that sold. Just because it looks a tiny bit lower. I don't think I'm going to get very much here. I think I might go ahead and build another one. Yeah, there, that did not. It did fill up a little bit, but I am thinking about building another one of these. Otherwise, I'm going to have to drive all the way up there to sell this stuff. Okay, well, after further inspection, it does not look like I can buy a silo of any kind. I'm probably wrong about that too, but I didn't really see one. Let's see. Get a little bit of that wet grass picked up here, boys. All right, I'm at 83%. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get filled up to 100%. Then I'm going to run up there. If I can get this squirrely thing lined up. Then I guess I'm going to run up there. Lower mower, turn on mower. And sell what I got here. I think one more round and I would have this place finished off over here. I don't think I'm going to do, sorry, see what I mean? That thing, like, when they say 0 turn, that's what they mean. Anyway, whatever I'm babbling on about. I don't think I'm going to mow over there on the other side of the driveway just yet. I said this already, but I'm going to see if the second day of September, this grass grows in. But I might start looking into, I think I can do chickens fairly cheap. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I'm going to have to go down the animal husbandry rabbit hole just to figure out everything I need for different animals. I had cows at one point, and I feel like I just had to have the lift mower, turn off mower. Okay, that one should be done. I feel like I just had to make sure they had hay and stuff to eat, and they already had water. But I think I got milk from them, something to that degree. All right. See how much money we make off of this here. It's clinking up. Not super high money, but 60% to go. We might get up to where we started out at the morning. I spent a lot of money putting in the new driveway. About to spend some more money putting in a real driveway in real life. Okay. Well, 460 bucks. It's a long drive for 460 bucks, folks. Wonder if I can jump this. Nope, no such luck. All right, we'll meet you at the homestead. I think we're going to mess with the logs for a few minutes. What is going on over there in the woods? Looks like something's on fire. Surely I didn't start a fire, did I? Maybe that's like the rain clearing out or something. Like it's super foggy over there in the woods. All right, this log still has not moved. Yeah, I've just been lazy. I haven't wanted to get up off of my mower and go look at this thing. Manage. It's at 89%, so it actually hasn't done anything, really. I'm wondering if it's because I've got all three going. I don't really know what any of that means. 41 wood. I don't know what any of that means. I just know that log's been laying there for a while. And I have all these over here. I don't necessarily want to keep dragging trees out of the woods and piling them up. You know what I mean? I know you know. You know what I mean. All right, we're going to get the rest of this mowed up. All right, well, that is finished up. And that again, I think if I just were to focus on the mowing over here, you know, it's a couple loads. And then I think if I put a second one of these in, and they're actually both selling, I mean, I would probably had a whole bunch of this. I say that. I only had a little bit in there, but at least now I figured out that this stuff is selling. Come on, fill her up. Oh, I'm going to get left with just a little bit, you joker. All right, hop off here, there. Oh, what's that thing glitching out about? All right, I think I'm going to put another one of these in. All right, folks, so I have two of those now. Got a sawmill that I'm going to have to figure some stuff out. Let me get this dropped off into here. Do. Cruise on down the hill there, bud. All right. Let's, oh. Oh, I'm empty. I didn't think I got all my grass out of there for some reason. Oh, well. Okay, folks. Well, AI took over my lawnmower. There was a lot of weird shit that went down, but we're back. We figured it out. I've got two of those going. I'm going to try something real quick with this. It is almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got to zoom in here, don't I? All right, I'm going to try to cut this in half. Okay, then it took the whole thing, so whatever that's about. All right, let me see. Let me get back to my regular hand there, okay. I'm at 92%. I think what I'm going to let that do is I'm going to let that run down a little bit. I've definitely made some money today because I've spent a lot of money on landscaping. So I've made a little bit of money. I'm hoping the landscaping is done for a little while. Oh boy, get in there. I'm going to go park my mower up here by the tent. Sorry, folks, that thing is squirrely. All right, get you by the tent. And I'm going to hop out onto the tractor here. Somewhat. There we go. All right. There's that big behemoth of a tree. I'm not sure why. I feel like I tried to knock one of those down and it was not fun to deal with. I'm going to take a short break in real life. I'm going to come back and I'm going to try to push a little bit of that over into the sawmill there in the hopes that maybe overnight it'll kind of start clearing out. We've got that mowed up. If that stays the same length, then I know on the second day, if it stays the same length, then I know that basically the first day of the month, I want to spend time mowing and getting as much mowing done as I can. The mowing will be out of the way. We'll see how quickly these trees start clearing out of here. I feel like the only thing I can really do is mow until these logs are gone. At the same time, I sped up the time a little bit. Oh, there we go. I sped up the time a little bit to kind of make it to where maybe we can do these videos in one day. That first little part was like an hour long, so I'll have to be doing some real editing on that. I'd like to see if maybe I can get back up in here. I need to look at my map here. Okay, so a little bit farther this way is the edge of my property. See where we're at here. Oh, I did it again. All right, I'm like right at the edge of my property right here. I think what I'm going to try to do... Oh, get myself turned around there. Gravel. Okay, you don't own that property. Okay, that's where it let me put my first plot of gravel. So I think I'm going to run this down the line here. I think this is why that one guy I watched put in a fence. Which might be a better idea, but yeah, that's pretty crooked. That's all right. All right, I fast forwarded that. It was getting kind of tricky in these trees, but I think basically we know we can come all the way up to that point right there to cut down trees. I'll probably put me another line up there at some point in time. But now we kind of know where the edge of that is. I think I own a little bit across the road too. So that's a plus. At some point we're going to have to get these stumps out of here just to have them out of here. But kind of rounding up here to the end of day 2. I think what I'm going to do is push these over into the sawmill here. See if I can do this. I basically spent a good majority of my money on landscaping, gravel roads and such today. Hopefully we're kind of done with that for a minute. Lower that down. All right. That actually took some of it. So I think once it starts to clear out, maybe some of it will get cleared out overnight. Those should start disappearing. And I've got them out of my way just in case I want to bring down some more trees here. So, I don't really know what to do. I'd almost rather get started first thing in the morning just to see if one, all that clears out. Two, if the grass is going to grow back in. See right here, you can kind of see this is where I mowed yesterday, and it's already kind of shaggy again. I think it's too low to cut, so I kind of want to see if that happens where I mowed today. If that happens tomorrow, then I'll have a better idea of what I want to do as far as my mowing schedule goes. There's not too much I can buy right now. I'm still a little bit low on money, so I've got to kind of make some more money. So maybe if I don't spend a bunch of money doing driveways and grass plots and all that good stuff, I might actually start being able to collect some money. I'm going to need at some point, I'm going to need a manure spreader. Oh my goodness. That's 32,000. I might actually have to do a few jobs. I haven't even looked to see what jobs are available, but I think this is like, yeah, so here's this trailer. It's 15. Yeah, it's 45 with that crane on it. So I can actually just pick up logs and load them in there. That might be the route. I might have to start thinking about taking some loads up. Mostly because I think this is going to be a long process here. I feel like the grass is actually selling quicker. All right, manage production. I'm at 94%. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how quickly that's going to clear out. I changed the time to 15 times the speed. I kind of want to clear that little area up, going up that path right there, because I may at some point build a cabin up there. We'll just have to see what happens, but I think that's going to be it for day 2 out here at the homestead. Didn't get a whole lot done. Got some mowing done. Learned a few more things. I'm going to look and see if there's any contracts. Yeah, see, it's saying no contracts available. So we don't even have contracts to go make money yet. I don't know what that's about, if I have a setting off or if that's just how it is here at the homestead. But anyways, folks, we'll answer more questions in the morning. We'll have a better idea what direction to start heading in. But I'm still needing to get some money if I'm going to really start turning this place into a farm with some cattle, some goats and pigs, things of that nature. Rusty Shanks, out.